our program going. The minister does have a pressure of time, and that we settle down, please. Thank you very much, everyone. We are coming towards the end of our program today, where we are engaging in the main with the community, a key stakeholder in this project that we are launching today, the people who are going to be living their daily lives here, experiencing the product that the Department of Human Settlements is bringing to you. The people that on a day-to-day basis, month on month, have the responsibility of ensuring that through your rent, this product is kept in the pristine condition that we are launching it at. At this point, I will invite all of us to stand as we sing the national anthem. Thank you. Thank you. One of the key stakeholders in this project is the city of Tshwane, where the entity housing company Tshwane has been in the forefront. To welcome you all to this segment of our occasion this morning is Councillor Matsebatila, who is the MMC for Human Settlements in the city of Tshwane. Councillor.
Dumelang Bagolo. Program Director, thank you very much. Honorable Minister Mamuluku Kubai, the Deputy Minister Me Pem Chwete, the MEC of Infrastructure and Human Settlement in the province, Lebogang Maile, Ward Councillor Conrad Ngobeni, Shra, Chairperson Council, and the members of the council that are present here today, as well as the Housing Company Board, Chairperson in absentia, and the board members, senior government officials and the city officials, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, members of the media, and most importantly, the residents of the Townlands Social Housing Project. Greetings. Minister, let me first start off by apologizing on behalf of the Executive Mayor, Councillor Celia Brink, who unfortunately could not make it here today because it looks like Tshwane is a chosen destination for the ministry as this day today on the 10th of April. The mayor is currently today handing over site for the package plant in Hammanskraal, where we are starting to make sure that we deliver potable water to the area of Hammanskraal, something that we equally find very important, as well as the current project that we find ourselves. Minister, we want to welcome all of you to the capital city of Tshwane, the city that looks to ignite excellence in municipalities. We hope to be the trendsetters in that regard. Minister, all of us would agree that the apartheid special planning was a disadvantage to our people, and many people, because it put them away from economic opportunities, and they had to travel to find access to economic opportunities. As a city in 2017, we took a conscious decision as council to say we need to reposition our entity, that is HCT Housing Company Tshwane, in order to address the issues of spatial planning and ensure that we get people into areas that they would be able to access opportunities, as well as social opportunities and also government opportunities. And hence we are finally here today. This project that we find ourselves in, Minister, is going to house over 1,200 residents, and it's one of many that we as a city are looking forward to opening up and creating opportunities of this nature. Minister, I want to welcome all of you, MEC, DM, and all of our guests. As many would say, and we are hoping that this development and this partnership that we have embarked in with SHRA, as well as the Department of Human Settlement and the Provincial Department, that it is one of many projects that we are going to ensure that we deliver such housing opportunities and human settlement opportunities. We are looking forward to other endeavors of this nature, because our people are in need of housing opportunities. As you have said, Minister, one of the best ways in us to deal with informal settlements is to create such opportunities. Thank you very much, Minister, and you are all welcome.
Thank you very much, MMC. As has been indicated, the National Department has got quite a number of entities that it has established. The Social Housing Regulatory Authority is one that is purely dedicated to social housing. And on the part of the city of Tshwane, it is Housing Company Tshwane that is tasked with that responsibility. At this point, we will invite board members, Ms. Portia Tausikate, who is the chairperson of Housing Company Tshwane, followed by Mr. Jacob Kawe, a council member of SHRA, to offer messages of support.
Dumelang and good morning, everybody, and thank you. Let me also have the honor to actually greet everybody. Thank you to the Honorable Minister, Mam Kubai, to the DM as well, Mam Chwete, to the MEC, Tate Maile, to our Honorable Councillor, and Tate Ofense Mutsata Bela. Thank you so much. To Metho Bejani, who leads the SHRA, to HCT, board members who are with us here today, to the DG, I didn't see the DG of Human Settlement, Tate Muemi, to our city manager as well in absentia, and Tate Tuli from SHRA as well, and also the executive of SHRA and led by Tate Tuli, and the HCT staff as well, led by Obakeng Nyundu. Thank you so much. Really today marks a momentous milestone for our journey as we gather here to celebrate the launch of Townlands Social Housing. As board members of the Housing Company Tshwane, I stand before you with immense pride and gratitude indeed for the collective effort that has brought us here today at this moment. Undoubtedly, yes, the question is lingering in many of our minds to say, could or should this project have been finished and completed sooner? And so indeed, that is a valid query. The truth is, yes, this road of the road to this momentous occasion was been fraught with a lot of myriad challenges, seemed to have piled up day by day, month by month, and year by year. Our path to this achievement has been nothing but easy. We have encountered numerous challenges amongst them along the way. Some were minor and some of them were significant in terms of its magnitude. One of those and one of the challenges that stands in my mind is the daunting task of actually completing a project with limited resources. Navigating the budget constraints, facing the repercussions head on as well. Of course, and how can anybody forget the COVID-19? The one that had unprecedented challenges to all of us that reverberated through our aspects of our lives, including the work of this project particularly. However, the performance of the contractors is also one that tested us to, it came as a test and tested our resolve as well. And yet, despite all of these obstacles, we remain steadfast and our commitment to this goal remained. So today, as we witness the fruition of our efforts, it fills me with inspiration and the impact that this housing unit will have on the lives of ordinary people. Providing the decent home, it's not just about the shelter. It's about restoring dignity and hope. It's about creating a safe haven for families to thrive and children to dream. It is about ensuring that every individual has got a fundamental right not only to have a roof over their head, but to also have more. And indeed, I'm deeply humbled for the support that we've received throughout the journey, particularly from SHRA, to the MMC from the city as well, and the esteemed mayor in his absentia. And every member of the board as well, who are here today as well, and other committed members that have actually stood besides us to actually make sure that we can deliver this and create a turning point of this vision to become a reality. So let us not forget also the unsung heroes of this endeavor, the hard work of the HCT team as well, who have poured their hearts and soul into making this project a success. They forged ahead in determination. They worked tirelessly to overcome each obstacle that stood on their way. To the staff, indeed, your commitment has been nothing short of inspirational. Your dedication and the resilience has been the driving force behind this progress, and it is the thanks to your tireless effort that we stand here today and on the brink of realizing the vision, the shared vision, and of that we owe you the deepest gratitude. So today we stand with precedents of transformation, and we launch the Townlands Social Housing, not just the building of houses, but building of communities, where communities become neighbors and they become friends, bonds are forged, and where dreams are born. So as we embark on this new chapter, let us carry forward the spirit of compassion and determination that has brought us to this moment. Let us continue to strive for the excellence and advocate for those in need, and to uphold the belief that the housing is a fundamental human right. In closing, I want to express my heartfelt appreciation to the SHRA, to the city, and every single one of you that have made this possible, that we are here today. So today, together we will achieve what is truly remarkable, one of the largest social housing in the country. And as we look to the future, let us do so with optimism, knowing that our every brick laid and every family house brings us one step closer to a brighter tomorrow. So I thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Chairperson.
Thank you very much. Dumelang. Ayali dumile. Sanbonani. Ninjani. That's better. That's better. Let's establish whether the right people are here. At times we do talk to ourselves and talk to wrong people. Are the beneficiaries of this project here? Emang re le bone, re le shapele matsoho. Thank you very much. Are the contractors here? Emang re le bone, boraditina, bomasamente, the community leaders here, among relebone baetapele. Thank you for protecting the project. The government officials here, among relebone, basebetsi ba mmuso, ba bampela ba tswile mosebetsing minister ba re batla mo, and ha bayo mo. And then how sa ema kana umang. Women, are the women here in construction? Salute Malbongwe. Thank you very much, Program Director. Thank you, Minister, Deputy Minister, the MEC, the MMC in Tshwane. Basically, from the council I represent, Runa Rebao Ba Mamelang, the instruction and the vision by government through the minister. And SRA, what it does, and we continue to do so, and we commit to the minister and the deputy minister that will continue to do so, is to approve funding and make sure that the commitment of government is achieved. Today, ours is not much about the project, but it's about to confirm to the minister and the deputy minister that we believe that if local government, provincial government, and national government works together, such projects will be realized. If we commit ourselves outside political boundaries, outside political egos, just to development, national government, provincial government, and local government will deliver to the people of South Africa. So we want to thank ourselves, National Department, Provincial Department, and Tshwane for working together. Minister and Deputy Minister, the project, like many other projects, Nesatsamai smooth. It had its own challenges. And we want to thank the council, the councillor, and the local leadership that if we work together, we will achieve. The only problem at times is that we spend most of our time on issues that have nothing to do with social housing. So SRA is going to embark on a stakeholder campaign to make sure that communities understand the different funding models of national government as it relates to housing. Marabastad has been reborn today. Marabastad is among the areas recognized through this housing development. Okay, I see beautiful ladies, and pardon me, Minister. Beauty is beauty, you can't ignore it. Unless there's something wrong. Can I acknowledge the two council members? As I said, I'm Jacob Kawe, council member at SRA. I'm with Me Kungubele and Me Malema. Please stand up, ladies, so we recognize you. In conclusion, let me assure the minister and the deputy minister, the mandate is understood. We are ready to develop. We are ready to follow your instruction. Just give instruction, we will do. Congratulations to the tenants, and thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ntate Kawe. At this point, I would like to invite the MEC for Human Settlements and Infrastructure in the Gauteng Provincial Government, Comrade Lebogang Maile, to come to the podium. As he does so, Ntate Khawe has reflected on the historic significance of Marabastad, where we are bringing back the people that got resettled into Atteridgeville back in the 1950s into this area of Marabastad, but also redefining the landscape of Marabastad. Ntate Maila.
Dumelang, sanibonani, abusheni, dumacheroni, goeiemorgen, good morning. Ai nkare le kgatetse. No, Minister and Deputy Minister, MMC, councillors who are here and members of the SHRA board. I want to start by remembering that in 1993, on this day, one of the freedom fighters, the son of the soil, the selfless servant of our people, was killed brutally by the enemies of progress. And I don't think it will be proper that we proceed and celebrate what he fought for without remembering him and without rising and observing a moment in silence. And here, ladies and gentlemen, I'm referring to Comrade Krizani. So I want to ask that we all rise and remember him. Thank you very much. I think it's very important that we always refer to our history and we understand where we come from. And that's why my point of departure is to say that when we started building houses, we did not start yesterday, last month, 5 years back, 10 years back, 20 years back. We started in 1994. That point is very important. It's very important because if we don't understand it, we will believe the narrative and the lies that government is not doing anything. If you look at what we have achieved and what we have done since 1994, you will realize that the democratic government has done a lot. But it doesn't mean there are no problems, there are no challenges. Because if you look at the numbers in Gauteng at least, you are sitting at nothing less than, and I'm saying less than because it's more, nothing less than 1.3 million houses built in Gauteng. And I think that deserves a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. So it means we have accommodated 1.3 million families since 1994. But today you have, and the minister will speak about this and the deputy minister, about 2 million people, if I'm not mistaken, in the National Housing Needs Register. 1.2 million of those are in Gauteng. So you also need to understand why. It's because firstly, Gauteng is the economic hub. More than 35% of the GDP is in Gauteng. More than 42% of the working population is in Gauteng. More than 40% of industrial activity is in Gauteng. The population in Gauteng has doubled since 1994 until today. That's because people come to Gauteng for different opportunities. Every year we receive nothing less than 230,000 people in Gauteng. And when they come here, they need health, they need housing, they need jobs, they need all sorts of activities. So the 1.2, if it's not explained in context, it will be like government is not doing anything. So it's very important. And Mr. Kawe was saying he wants to know, because we're discussing who's here. And I was saying, I think my observation is we have more of government people. So it's fine, because the government people sometimes don't know and appreciate what the work that they do. The work that they do. And the work that government has done and it's doing. So that's why when we meet, we must remind each other, because sometimes we take things for granted. I agree that you must not thank a fish for swimming. But those in government, you understand the pressure we work under on a daily basis. And I always say that because there are so many problems, you solve one problem, it doesn't mean that the beneficiary will be happy. The MMC was telling us, and the minister was also talking about the fence that was not here. When we built the first time, people were happy, there's houses, but when they get here, they realize there's no fence. Now that there's a fence, I'm sure they will demand a swimming pool. You give them a swimming pool, they will want a tennis court. You give them a tennis court, they will want a soccer pitch. So that's how it is. But in them demanding a swimming pool, a soccer pitch, they must not forget that this development was not there. Government has made efforts, has invested, and has made sure that they've got it. So sometimes we forget. And that's the problem. And when we forget, we don't consolidate and we don't build from where we ended. And that's how we must work. Because if we forget, we will not be able to proceed properly. That's why I'm starting there. 1993, and obviously you know our history predates 1993 when Kazani was killed, him and many other freedom fighters. So it's befitting, Minister, that today when we remember Krizani, we are fulfilling his promise, his wish, his commitment to the people of South Africa, that all the people must have houses, security, and comfort. We're doing this in his honor, in the honor of many, many, many others, and we will continue to do our level best in serving the people of South Africa. And that's why, whilst we understand that the problem is big, we are also having a multi-pronged approach. So we're not just having social housing for those who want to rent, because there are people who are saying, we just want to rent, we don't want to stay in Gauteng for the rest of our lives. Others are saying, we want to rent because we can't afford to buy houses. But there are those who are working and are not earning enough. That's why we subsidize them. That's why the minister will speak about that. And there are those who say, we want to build for ourselves, and we give you land through our rapid land release program. And that land has got water, has got sewage, has got all other services. And not just that, we also give you 7 different building plans to choose from. So we are trying to solve the housing problem. We are not resting on our laurels. So today, we want to take this opportunity to congratulate those who are beneficiaries, congratulate Shra for yet another successful program, congratulate the minister, deputy minister, for the leadership you give on these institutions at the national level. Because if they work well, it makes our life easy in the province. So it means today it's 1,000 plus less problems for us on top of the 1 million plus problems. So if you do this every day, you can imagine you were to minus our problems with 1,000 houses, we will be relaxed. But we will never rest until the problems of our people are solved. So thank you very much. And I want to then take this opportunity and introduce and ask the Deputy Minister to come and address us before the Minister speaks. Me Pem Chwete. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, MEC. Let me start by acknowledging Mr. Kubai and also the MEC, the MMMC, Mr. Kawe, also the ward councillor, and also I want to acknowledge the DDGs from Human Settlements. I see, Minister, they are all here today. And I know that 3 spheres of government, all the senior officials are here, and also the beneficiaries. I want to say good morning to all of you. And not forgetting the 2 ladies that I was told that are beautiful. Board members from Shah, Mema Lima, Gungubela, thank you very much for coming to our occasion. But I know that Minister is rushing for time. She's attending another meeting. But I'll be very short to say, Minister, when I entered when she joined me in the Human Settlements, she gave me delegation of making sure that women get their 40% set aside. And I did that, and I had round tables in the whole of South Africa. But I could see that, Minister, there are women, MEC Malime, that are here, which means you are adhering to what we are telling you every day, that we want women to be part of this. And we know that women are given 40% set aside, not forgetting the disabilities that are given 2% and 10% for youth. We want to make sure that when we have a project, everybody, in that area do benefit. And I want to repeat again, because I was here with the minister of Kenya when we came for the first phase, and we said to people, the beneficiaries, please keep this area clean. I even said it shouldn't be everywhere. We say where there are blacks, it's dirty. We should get away from that. And we know that where there are other area people, it's not clean, but it's that you must always make sure that you clean your area and you follow the rules, you work with the management, you obey to the rules of the complex. That's what we want to emphasize. I want to also, Minister, to talk about when we had meetings of women roundtables, we want to tell you, Minister, that we are ready to be the main contractors as women, not subcontractors. I thought you were going to Kwabizandla. We are ready. We are ready, MEC Maile, to be the main contractors. And I see that when you were introducing your MMC, your contractors, it's all men. Can they stand up? I want to see if men and women are here. Malibongwe. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. With those few words, I want to say to you, and which I said in the last meeting that we had, that I'm retiring. I'm going to be 73 years in December. And I want to ask the minister to build retirement homes for us. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, DM Chwete, the Deputy Minister of Human Settlements, acknowledging the MEC of Gauteng, Infrastructure and Human Settlements, MEC Maile, acknowledging the MMC for Human Settlements in Tshwane, MMC Matsabadela, acknowledging Councillor of Ward 58, where this project is, Councillor Ngobeni, acknowledging Shra Council members, Councillor Kawe, Ngugubele, and Malema, acknowledging CEOs who are, firstly, Ms. Tau, who is a council member of Tshwane Company that is a partner in this project. All CEOs that are here from Shra. I saw CISOs, I'm not so sure if I saw another CEO that is here from our entities, acknowledging all the DDGs that are here. DG is not here because there's a task I've given him to do. So he didn't join, but the DDGs are here. Acknowledging our beneficiaries, councillors who are here, members of various community leaders, contractors, and those who have been helping us to do the work. I think let me start as MEC Maile have acknowledged this day, which is significant to us. And I want to start with a quotation by Chris Hani before I speak and will understand what informs our work. Chris Hani says, socialism is not about big concepts and heavy theory. Socialism is about decent shelter for those who are homeless. It is about water for those who have no safe drinking water. It is about health care. It is about life of dignity for the old. It is about overcoming the huge divide between urban and rural areas. It is about decent education for all our people. Socialism is about rolling back the tyranny of the market. As long as the economy is dominated by an unelected few, privileged, the case for socialism will continue to exist. Unquote. This quotation, as we mark the anniversary of Chris Hani, remains relevant and informs what we do. If we do not continue to inform our work about the principles of what we stand for, that we are here because there is a need for us to serve the population of this country. We are here to serve and provide what the Freedom Charter has said, there shall be houses, security, and comfort. This is what informs our work as the Department of Human Settlements. The principles of understanding that the most vulnerable in our communities depend on their government to be able to protect them and provide for them. Not only in terms of shelter, but also economic opportunities to change the landscape where everybody feels that they belong to this country. It shouldn't be just enshrined in the Constitution as we mark 30 years of democracy, that South Africa belongs to all those who live in it. But some feel that we are not really accommodated. So the marking of 30 years of democracy is a reflection point for all of us. Those of us who are in government to say, are we continuing on the values and principles that has been laid by our forebears to ensure that the security, comfort, and houses for all, but also to ensure that the most vulnerable are protected, to ensure that there is economic opportunities for the people who actually have been the faces of poverty. Why we champion, DM talks about the championing of women in construction, is to understand that across racial lines, women were regarded as perpetual minors by apartheid government. Neither women could own a property, nor could they have a company to run. Now today, as we look back, what we have been able to advance is not only in terms of property ownership, but to see these companies that I called in Tswalo MEC, because these companies didn't exist prior to 1994, the companies of women. Yes, you are not a human being, Tswalo, but your company is a Tswalo. It has been born in democracy. It exists because of the policies of this democracy. And that's why we resonate very well with the president during his sona when he articulated the narration and the story of Tintswalo. Tintswalo is in many forms. Today we talk about women in construction. This to me is what the Tintswalos are about. And that's why we must support these Tintswalos to grow. We must support these companies to grow and get more opportunities. I can safely say to you, I said to all the MECs across the country, I will not sign their business plans if they do not have 40% set aside in their business plans. They must commit to supporting women, and in that way, it will ensure that what we put, we're putting our money where our mouth is. So we are currently in the process, we are signing. Some of them have been turned back. I'm told my team, they had the meeting. I'm expecting by next week, MEC, all of them will be signed off because the technical teams have met. But these are the things that when we commit to, on the 8th of March, we committed to women that we are going to support them, and we are. We'll roll out in terms of young people and people with disabilities. All of them, SHRA has set aside as well in their APPs. You can check them on Parliament. So we're not just saying this is what we are going to do, but we implement what we are doing. Today, as well as we are here in this area, and I think Council Member of SHRA, Ndate Kawe, Jacob Kawe, explained, you know, if you talk in Tswana, people of Tswana ba bua ka Marabastad, it has a demeaning manner of some sort. Because ke mo reka dilo tse cheap and everything. Is it not true? But today we are redefining Marabastad. Because that's what we are about. When we talk about transforming the apartheid landscape, the legacy of apartheid, it's about transforming our places to give dignity to our people. Today we are giving dignity to Marabastad, to say it's a place where it has beautiful houses, which are secured, which are affordable, and all of us can live in. That's the transformation we talk about. This is what Comrade Chris Hani talked about. When we say we must be able to ensure that the rural areas and urban areas, as we go forward, are the same. Where we do not have people migrating into urban areas and they live in squalor because that's what they can afford. This government, through social housing, we are saying we acknowledge that you are not yet at the point you can afford to buy a house. Therefore, we are going to provide a subsidy so that you can have an affordable rental space closer to where you work, but which is secure, which is comfortable in your space. I met a young person, a queer community person, who said to me, are welcome into my safe space. It's a lot if you understand the concept when somebody from that community say, welcome to my safe space. And I said to him, to her, thank you very much, because this really narrates that we are actually living to the principles of our democracy. As we celebrate 30 years, I'm happy to hear that you are finding safe spaces that are created by this government. Yesterday, we were giving a house in Ekurhuleni to a child who's an orphan, grew up in an orphanage with no parents. And today, a 20-year-old says, thank you, government, for giving me this house. It's a dignity for me. Actually, the lady who actually adopted her into a home yesterday was in tears to say, this is a boy I got with almost 2 months. And to see government acknowledging that even orphans deserve dignity. It's a milestone that we achieve. Now, we provide services as human settlements. It's your BNG, commonly known as RDPs, for those who are vulnerable and those who are indigent. This are our senior citizens. This are our child-headed households, orphans, people with disabilities, and those who are vulnerable. But we have this product here. And I say this as MMC was saying. Offense was talking about that. That's why the issue we always articulate that in informal settlements, we know that almost 80% of the people who are there are not beneficiaries that must go to PNGs or RDPs. These are people who have an income. And that's why one of the vision is to expand on our social housing program. And I've said to Council of SHRA, we need to start moving. One option is full rental, but later as well, we need to bring a product into space that is rent to buy, so that we close the market. So we are hoping, as they do, as he said, Jacob said, Kawe said, they are working on our mandate. This is one of the mandates I've given them, that bring me a product and the modalities of it that will talk to rent to own. We have a first home financing, which we are financing first home buyers to be able to buy houses in partnership with the banks as they give you loans. They say to you, you are earning 22,000 based on them as commercial banks. They can't give you a bond. We say we will subsidize you as government so that banks can give you a bond. That's one of the products that we have. While we are providing that, it's through NHFC, those who are interested. While we are providing that, we are cognizant that there's still a gap between those who earn between 22,000 and 30,000. And we are acknowledging that we've got to provide a solution for it. And we are engaging with the banks because the banks offers 30,000 and we are at 22 because that's what we can afford currently based on our resources. But we are looking at various modalities to bring in DFIs to assist us to expand, to respond to the gap market, because we do note that many people are looking for opportunities, and we will do this. We also provide service sites. Those who say we want service sites, we will build for ourselves later. MEC Mailin Gauteng has been doing very well with this. There's quite a number of service sites we've been giving to people, and they've been able to start living there and building for themselves. But we've got a program that calls informal settlement upgrading, where people are in informal settlements. We go put money, we look at the feasibility of suitability of the land for them to stay there. Once it's suitable, then we go put bulk infrastructure, which is water, electricity, and sanitation. And then later we come back and build. And this is part of the program. So yesterday as well, I went to Gauteng where they were showing me where they've done in situ building. So people have been staying in this informal settlements. We've built, we've put bulk infrastructure over years. We've come back now to do in situ building. But I must say, part of what is important about social housing, for sustainability of social housing and the SHIs, is for us as tenants to ensure that we pay rent on time. This is not for free. You know, one of the challenges we have in South Africa is that people are prepared to pay for private sector and others. When it comes to government, they want everything for free, even when they afford. So I'm going to appeal for us to be able to create these opportunities for many South Africans that are looking at, is for you to play your part. When we work together between ourselves as government and yourself, as communities, we'll be able to do more. We'll be able to build more social housing. I was talking to MMC. There are 3 opportunities of social housing that are coming up, that we should be able to make this one a success, so that those 3 others that are coming can become a success, so that those who do not currently have that opportunity can benefit for that. We're also talking that we would want to see an opportunity. I said to him, we whispered, look at first home financing property in Tshwane, so that we can be able to see quite a number moving, because when they rent, want them to start having an exit strategy towards ownership. We don't want them to remain rental for 25 years, 30 years. We want them to move into areas of ownership, those who want to own. So that's what we're looking at as the department, and we are working. So working together, we will make sure that the social housing programs succeed. They have a pipeline that I've said I want to see them succeeding. But again, social housing institutes, they must help us maintain the properties, because it doesn't help to say to people, pay rent, when tomorrow then sewer starts running in these apartments or in these buildings. We must ensure maintenance is done on time, must make sure that these properties live in the manner that they are so that they are sustainable. We are looking forward to doing more. We have quite a number of projects on the pipeline that will continue to be built as part of opportunities for the people of South Africa. We as the department remain committed to ensuring that we can extend to the number that we have been able to do. I can safely say, I don't know if how many of you were listening to our media briefing, annual media briefing, where we accounted for what we have done. This government has been able to build more than 4.8 million houses since democracy. But I can tell you, in these 5 years, I'm proud to say, in the first home financing, we've met our target MEC as a sector, between national and all the provinces. So the number we said to say, we are going to give so many for first home financing, we have met, and majority of the beneficiaries, I'm proud, as a woman minister, is women. In the last financial year alone, we spent 3.1 billion on women companies. Not 3.1 million, 3.1 billion to women companies. And our target for this year is more. We have targeted 25% this year for youth and people with disabilities. We are going to meet it. For businesses, not for work, for opportunities, for construction, for consulting. That's what we are talking about. This is not work. This is employers. You know, Mandashe always say, Mama, look, you're no longer an employee, you are employers. So this is the side of the employers, where we are giving you economic opportunities as a department. Because we recognize we are just not a social sector player, but we are an economic department that plays a role in infrastructure development and an empowerment for majority of the people as well. So that's what we always want to do. In social housing, we've been able to, actually we're sitting at about, when I checked the latest stats, CEO, it was looking at 80% this year in terms of our target. So we've improved in performance and we are meeting our MTS. MTSF, it's 5-year targets that we have set for ourselves. And this has been possible because we've worked together between myself and the DM nationally, the MECs in the provinces, the MMCs in the municipalities. And I'm going to say MMCs because abo mayor banqabile apha kum DM. They are scarce, the mayor. I'm not going to pretend. They are very scarce. They don't come to my meetings. They don't come to my events. At least I have the support of MMCs. You come, you don't come, we sit. Because ours is a service to the people. I have no time to nurse egos because I don't have one. That's why people don't have to nurse mine. They know I'm that one that arrives. Cabinet in today. You'd have seen me come and all that. Cabinet in today, so I must look ministerial. So I always, they know, we wear, that's why you can see women are comfortable. We wear takis. You see MEC how he is. That's how we dress. Because it's about work. People must be able to relate to us and talk to us because we must be accessible. Oh, now DM, yeah, you are in your sneakers, DM. Because it's about even people being able to access us. We must not be too high for them. It's accessibility. And the work that we do must speak for itself. No, there are many people who say, Minister, we can hear you talking about opportunities, you talk about achievements, but we still have challenges. We still have no houses. We acknowledge that. We do have almost around 2 million people that are saying we are looking for opportunities one way or the other. There are many, I don't know, I didn't ask the person doing registration, MMC, how many applications did we receive versus how many we have? Because you see, it's a huge gap. That tells you that you have a huge demand. We acknowledge that. Somebody said to me, I applied in 2019. I'm getting in 2024. You can understand that. So the more we build, the more we'll be able to. So all I'm pleading is that be patient with us as government. We work like you in your households. We budget. So we get money. The money that allocated to the sector comes through the department, and then we split it based on equitable share across the provinces. When MEC Maile gets his share, then he has to look, what am I doing in this area, in this area. When Tshwane receives as well their share, they've got to look at what do we do in this area, we do in this area. And each year we'll plan to say, this is what we are going to do this year, then next year we'll do this. So we might not have not done certain things now, but we are doing something. The social housing is one of them we are opening, and others more services. Tomorrow it will be roads, tomorrow it will be clinics. But all we are asking is that with the limited resources, with a constrained fiscal environment, we are doing our best. That's why even in MINMEC, we not only monitor money that has been spent, we say we want to see value for the money you have spent. We want the units to come out. So you can't say you have spent 90% of your money, but we don't see the number of units. So we want to see 90% and 90% of the targets in terms of units coming out. So with that, we commit to continue to working with you in partnership, both in terms of ourselves as government, national, provincial, and local, yourself as beneficiaries, yourself as contractors, yourself as workers, working together, and community leaders working together to be able to achieve. As I sit down, let me thank the contractor that is here. I was here in October together with hosting the Minister of Kenya. We were seeing the first phase. To see that between last year, October, and now, we didn't have the delays that we always experience. CLO, thank you, with the workers, contractor, and the developer, everybody, social housing, Tshwane, Shra, thank you very much for this. This is what we want. Projects finished on time and within budget. That's my emphasis. So keep up the good work. I'm happy to see contract. We took the picture outside with them. I'm happy to see the work and continue to do well. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Minister. As we draw towards the close of our program, I want to reflect on the issue of houses, security, and comfort, and direct this to the community to say, government has delivered on its undertakings. It is now about the community that we leave behind to protect this asset and ensure that it survives for future generations to enjoy its benefits as well. As we draw towards the end of our program, I would like to invite the councillor, Councillor Ngobeni for Ward 58 to give us the vote of thanks. And from my side, I'd like to thank you very much. You have been a very good audience this morning. Councillor Ngobeni.
Thank you very much, Program Director, CEO of SHRA, Honorable Minister, Minister Kubai. Want to take this opportunity to thank you for being with us today. DM Mtswete, want to thank you as well for even gracing us today with your presence. Honorable MEC Maile Bralebza, we want to thank you for being with us today. MMC Mazivatila, want to thank you for being with us today. Members of SHRA, JK, and Bumme Barina, our beautiful two ladies there, we want to thank you for being with us today. Maybe before I close, let me also say that Chris Hani also says, let us not drive Mercedes-Benz and Miss Kwanda as revolutionaries. Today, we have proven that we can deliver. We have got Putin Swallow, who are occupying all these units today and take care of those units. CEO and COO really level were too much. Minister, this project was championed and delivered by women. Basadi in construction, Kalibona Libusili, apparently Makarapa also my son Limberegua today. Nice color there. We want to thank you. Community of Ward 58 in large, we want to thank you. Let's take care of this facility. Garina Ntwi. So let's take care of it. Let's pay rent in time. Thank you very much. Kalebo.